Welcome to Get Your FRQ On. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use your graphing calculator to create a histogram for a collection of data that you have. So if I go to my graph, right, so here I have this box plot for the data. I don't want to look at the box plot anymore. I want to look at a histogram for this. So I'm going to go back to second stat plot. And the histogram is this third option right here, also known as a bar graph. I'm going to select that, and what this is going to do is this is going to show me roughly how many of my data points fall within a certain interval. All right, so keep that in mind once I show this graph. All right, so here's what this means. Here's 0, and then up to 1. Now this interval right here would be values of my data that are greater than or equal to 0. And strictly less than 1. Notice that there's no rectangle here because there's no data that fits that description. Here, this would be data that are greater than or equal to 1 and strictly less than 2. There was a value in my data set that was exactly equal to 1. There was one of those. So that's why this rectangle is here. There is some data there, and the height of the rectangle represents how many data points fit that description. In this case, it's just 1. And then notice a few zeros, so this would be 2, 3, 4, 5. So this rectangle represents data that's greater than or equal to 5, but strictly less than 6. One of those. Data that's greater than or equal to 6, but strictly less than 7. Looks like there's 4 of those. Between 7 and 8, 8 and 9, 9 and 10. Recall that none of my data is actually equal to 10, but because the low end point on this rectangle is 9 and that part is included, this data point right down here that is actually equal to 9 would be represented in that final rectangle. So if you have some data you want to analyze visually, and maybe there's a lot of it, and you don't really need to know precisely what the data is, you're just trying to get different ranges, maybe to figure out where the average might be, where the median might be, that kind of thing. Histograms are a good way to visualize massive amounts of data if you're just looking for a good idea of what that data is telling you.